class. He stayed out all night, so I thank him for actually falling out of the bed and making it here. This seminar is women and their finances. And the way this came about, this brainchild, is just talking to different women and realizing that what we may think is the obvious is not so obvious. And that's, having life insurance, that's having a retirement plan, that's having that emergency fund so that when the things in life spring up, it doesn't take you over the edge because you're prepared for it. It's whether you're single or married, you're able to take care of business. So there are people here who have it, and there's people here that are getting it, but together we can share enough information so that we walk out educated and then can share it with someone else in our lives that, maybe on either side of that spectrum. So women and their finances, and again, I'm the founder of Women Motivating Women, and it's a community-based organization, and it's just that we hear enough of, women tearing each other down. So this is just so a forum we can come together, lift each other up, support each other. The statement is, we'll help us one to another, and we support our sisters with their trials and their triumphs. And the main purpose is that, we want to arouse the spirit of change, and that's change for the better in each and every one of us. And the rest, we believe, is sporty. But I do want to thank, I have volunteer members that come and do help out, and Lucretia, who was greeting everyone at the door, Tiffany, who is actually getting my cheesy crackers, so she's not here yet, Waukesha, Sabrina, Kara, Kathy, Takia. So I thank all of them for over the last couple of years. I've been able to call on them here and there, and they've been able to come through. And I didn't put her down as a volunteer because I just consider her, a full-fledged member, and that's my Denise, because whenever she knows, I'm like, all right, Denise, this is what we need to do. So I thank her for not fussing with me as much as I know she could. So why focus on women and their finances? In doing the research, it showed that 36% of women overall said that they were disciplined savers, but 22% said they hardly save at all for retirement. Now, you may say 22% seems like a little bit, but if you look at only 36% overall said they're disciplined savers, there's a big gap in ladies that are not prepared. 24% of U.S. women are confident about achieving an adequate retirement income. 24%. Again, it's not a large number. We have to be more prepared for life, just as it comes along. And just 16% of women said they had well-developed retirement plans. 16%. So that's a lot of our sisters and aunts and cousins and mothers, grandmothers that are ill-prepared for that time that we're all going to reach, which is retirement age. So most women do not have an adequate emergency fund. And ladies, our credit cards are not an emergency fund. A lot of people do use them for that. They have that one credit card that they say, I have it, for the just in case. But at 22 and 29% interest, that's not a sufficient emergency plan, because when you have to pay it back, now you're stressed all over again, because now here's a debt that's hanging over your head for that emergency. Now, at the end, and again, you can read it at your leisure, there's the whole printout about getting emergency funds. And in that, it actually talks about whether you're single or married, because at some point when you're single, you kind of have some thought process of, I have to prepare for my future because it's just me. So you sort of think about it, and I know whatever your income status is, you're better or less prepared for that, even in your thinking. But on average, when you're married, you tend to put all that on your husband to take care of. So what happens if he leaves, or he dies, or he gets sick, and you don't even know what is going on with your finances inside the home? And then you have a lot of women who are knocked down for a while so they can figure it out and readjust and pray that their husband was handling the bills effectively when they do figure everything out so they can move forward. But a lot of times they figure out there's a lot of holes and gaps that need to be filled in. This is another stress factor. So whether you're single or married, that should be something that you think about and create a plan. But someone else is going to talk about all that at the end. but just start thinking about it. Being financially stable. Now on that sheet, there's 5 lines. You don't have to use all 5. But list the things that you would do if you had a better handle on your finances, or just more of your finances to work with. What are some of the things you would do? Just jot those down, because you're going to look and see, am I prepared after our featured speaker comes up and gives you all of the tidbits that we should and should not be doing? Am I ready to do some of these things that I would like to do? So just jot down a few. Being financially, and I'm pretty sure we're all talented, so we can write and listen at the same time. Being financially stable. This means different things for different women. Now, you will leave with information to help you start to plan or improve the plan you already have. Paying your bills without worry. Saving for life's unexpected situations. Saving for your child's education. Being able to travel, entertain. Saving for retirement, if you want to buy that home, starting a business, and not having to depend on anyone else to take care of you. Now again, I'm not talking about, a spouse, because that's part of the package. When you get married, you're supposed to take care of each other. They're supposed to be a benefactor. But we're talking about when you are going through life and you haven't planned with a stable plan for your finances, and now you have to try to go to, Aunt Jane, and can you help me out if Mom's not there, and Mom, can you give me, and it's stressful, because sometimes the family members are not there to come through, whether they can or cannot, they may not want to. Then you're in this situation, so you want to create a plan so that you're not at someone else's disposal to depend on them to get you out of a financial jam. Now, granted, sometimes things are unexpected, and we would like to know we have someone that, can come and help us out and bail us out. But the purpose for today, Women in Our Finances, is trying to prepare so that that is a worst case scenario, that we are prepared for things that just come up in life. Now this is a little exercise before we call our first speaker. What is your current, now realistic, not what we would like to have happen or what we would like to do. What is your current realistic financial goal? So write down numbers. Retirement. Is $1 million enough? Do I need 500,000? Do I need 1.2 million? What is your realistic financial goal for retirement? Write that number down.
Per month or per year or the whole year?
For the year. Mm-hmm. And if you want, you can either, whatever it is, if you want to put for the year, you can. If you want to put, if I have $1 million in a retirement account, that's enough for me to, then you can put that one lump sum. Whatever you think is your realistic goal for you to retire on. Then number 2, education savings. Now this is either you putting money away for a child, or yourself, or paying back money because your child has already gone to school and now you have a bunch of loans you got to pay back. What is the realistic goal that you want to have set aside for that, for education? Number 3, that emergency fund. Now again, emergency. So emergency is not, oh, this is vacation I just got to take. Yeah, that is not a vacation. That is not an emergency fund. Emergency fund is my car just went, the motor's gone, it's going to cost me $2,500. Do I have it somewhere? My basement's flooded, it's going to be $5,000. Do I have some money somewhere to take care of an emergency that comes up? I get sick and my co-payment is, $3,500. Do I have that emergency fund, or am I going to have to go look to borrow it or dip into my 401k to take care of this? Now here's the fund. Travel fund. That's where we can have some fun. How much would I need to travel?
The whole year?
Travel. If you want to travel throughout the year, then how much would you need? Some people are happy to get away once. If you could take multiple vacations, how much would you need in a travel fund so that you're not using that credit card and then have to pay the whole next year for that for the fund the previous year? And then finally, saving for a home. Now, some may not want to buy a home, but if your desire is to buy a home, how much, when you put a dollar figure, should you be saving towards, maybe your goal is, and again, we're thinking realistically, maybe your goal is, I make enough and I wanna save up, $175,000 because I'm gonna find a house for that much and I wanna pay cash. Maybe I wanna save up $40,000 because I just wanna be able to put that 20% down so I don't have to pay that, mortgage insurance. So realistically, what savings fund would you want, to buy a house? And if you own a home, you want a second home. You need to save up money so that you can get that residual income home. Realistic goal. Now, currently, do you feel like you can reach these goals? Look at the numbers you put. Now, realistically meaning where you are right now, show of hands, how many feel like realistically right now they can meet these goals? Yes. All right. And it's nothing wrong with that because that's why, we're here. And there are some. There's some of us that can meet a few of them and maybe not all of them, and that's fine too because that means we're even closer to that mark, to being financially stable. So that's what this is about because, you know what, no one has all of the answers. But if we come together and we share what we do have, then we're more equipped to be able to get this in place. Now, if not, if you didn't raise your hand, do you feel like you're on track to getting to meeting these goals? Okay, great. If your income status right now does not provide for you to even think this is realistic, then that's workable too. Then that means, listen to some of the people who are going to come up today. At the end, we're going to share. There are some entrepreneurs in here. There are people who have set goals and they're reaching them. We want to share all these stories because where I am today does not mean where I'm going to be tomorrow. And that's the purpose. We want to leave out with enough information so we can make intelligent decisions on our income status and where we want to go with it, and our savings and our investment status and where we want to go with that. So again, I thank you for coming. And now we're going to move along. And again, before Denise comes up, and I'm going to give her a little bio. She gave me a story, y'all. So I'm going to read a little of her bio. And if you want, there's cheese and crackers, and there's sandwiches and water in the back. So please feel free to indulge. So now Denise Ridley. Denise is a lifelong resident of Jersey City, and she's always strived to achieve peak performance in education and professional achievement, and it showed even at a young age. She received her first exposure to a college curriculum before most students began filling out college applications. She graduated cum laude from Hampton University in 2005, earning a BA in psychology with a minor in Spanish. And while at Hampton, Ms. Ridley participated in many campus organizations, community service activities, and political campaigns. After graduating from Hampton University, Ms. Ridley furthered her studies at Montclair State University, earning a master's degree in industrial organizational psychology. While at Montclair, Denise was trained in many areas of this field, such as job analysis, talent management, training development, and executive coaching. Ms. Ridley's interest in real estate was sparked while purchasing her first home at the age of 23. Since that time, she completed real estate salesperson's course at New Jersey City University and is currently a licensed real estate agent in the state of New Jersey. Denise is also the owner of 917 Property Management, a real estate management company covering a wide range of services for property owners in the Hudson County area. She's worn many hats over the years, and this is clearly displayed by her involvement in organizations, community concerns, and community service activities. She's a former operations coordinator for Youth Development Services, former administrative assistant for the United Holy Church of America, Incorporated, an oratorical contest moderator and participant. She participates in at least one community service project every month and has organized many outreach programs such as coat drives, food distribution, and prison outreach. In 2012, Denise received the Woman of Action Award from the City of Jersey City. And in 2014, she fostered friendships with several members of the local deaf community, and as a result, completed her first course in American Sign Language. And in 2015, she received the Fannie Lou Hammer Award from the North Jersey chapter of National Action Network. Ms. Ridley truly believes service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. want to introduce Miss Denise Whitley.
Thank you. So good morning, everyone.
Good morning.